Maggie Marble's neighbour was an oilman called Red, who was passing Maggie's garden one fine day, when his oil-sniffing dog called Moll caught scent of something good and discovered there was oil neath Maggie's clay. Within a week a well was dug to prove that Moll was right, and production soon began when tests were through, and an oil baron from Texas was soon heading for the site, who was a cousin of someone that Maggie knew. Meanwhile, at the station, there was bad news to be had. Derek had received the note he'd feared. His beloved station would be closing down for good, and he and his possessions must be cleared. He hadn't anywhere to go. The station was his home. His only hope was niece Felicity. She helped him at the station when it got too much for him. But would he be just one burden more for she?
"Howdy, cousin,"
came a welcome with a Yankee southern drawl. It was Chuck, an oil baron from the States.
"I'm here to see Miss Marbles. I believe you know her, Del. I've a proposition that I hope she takes."
Chuck was never ever Derek's favourite cousin. He didn't like how he'd always got his way. Would Maggie be a part of his proposal? Would Derek's long-time love be stole away? That afternoon our station master left the station, leaving young Felicity in sole command. Derek hid himself in Maggie's foliage to listen out for what were Chuck's demands. He saw Maggie signing some official papers before Chuck departed from her with a hug. He was blazing mad, but as he went to see him, he felt his ankle take a nasty tug. Moll had discovered Derek's hideout as Maggie asked for the derrick to be stopped. Red never heard her, so she shouted, "Derrick!" Then Red nodded and signalled it be chopped. Derek held his throat in trepidation. Would Maggie really want to see him dead? He ran back to the station in a panic, for fear he would be murdered there by Red. Derek kept a low profile for his safety, leaving the running of the station up to Fliss. When Maggie called to purchase 2 train tickets for the last train that she said she mustn't miss, Felicity surmised the second ticket that Maggie bought was for that bounder Chuck, and couldn't wait to tell her Uncle Derek, who was seething when he heard about the crook. He didn't worry now about his safety. He would die to keep his Maggie for his own. But before he had the time for confrontation, there stood Maggie on the platform all alone. "Collect your things together, we are leaving. We're leaving on that last train today. With the fortune that I've made from selling oil well, we'll build a new life in a country far away." Derek mentioned that he thought he would be murdered, but laughed when Maggie told him his mistake. The derrick was the one upon the oil well, to cut the noise and give us all a break. Derrick just had time to board up station before they boarded Binion Holt's last train, with friends to wave them off as they departed on a journey that will end in sunny Spain.